We're going to look at the perfume or mystical fragrance of Padre Pio and how it was a sign of his presence. We're going to consider two examples here. Hello friends of Following Padre Pio. I am Edward Urban, and on this channel we present a series of short stories on Padre Pio and the amazing life of Padre Pio, the Capuchin monk, mystic and miracle worker. So please do stay tuned to this channel, and we hope that you'll be amazed to find out what Padre Pio's intercession could do for you or for someone you love. And if you'd like to participate in our Padre Pio apostolate, then do like this video and share it with others. Also, if you're new to our channel, do subscribe to our channel and click that reminder bell. Our story continues with a Father Alberto Apolito, who was a personal friend of Padre Pio and who witnessed many accounts of this mysterious scent of the Capuchin saint. And he said that through the scent, Padre Pio made his presence known, even if one was very far from him. One day in September 1955, Father Alberto, as pastor of the San Severino parish, made a pilgrimage with about 50 parishioners to the shrine of Our Lady of Tears, and that is in Syracuse. Before he left, however, he wanted to greet Padre Pio and asked him, "Won't you join us on this pilgrimage?" "Just go and I will follow," Padre Pio said. By that, Father Alberto understood that Padre Pio would somehow protect him on the journey. So we proceeded, but came across many obstacles. And Father Alberto gives us these examples. He says some of the pilgrims became severely ill. They got terrible stomach cramps. They had eaten too many of some melons, which might have been very ripe or overripe, or perhaps they were just over greedy, I don't know. But they became very ill. And then a little later on, during the night, the bus had to come to a grinding halt. And this was between Caltanissetta and Palermo, because the road was covered with rocks and branches from somewhere. Perhaps there had been a storm or a landslide, I don't know. But he said that each of these dangers and difficulties we prayed to Padre Pio, after which the bus, he said, was filled with a wonderful scent. And then we noticed that somehow he's protecting us and all of these obstacles just kind of disappeared. Well, on the return journey, of course, they had to stop by San Giovanni Rotondo and tell Padre Pio about this. And he said that even before he opened his mouth, even before he could tell Padre Pio laughed and said, "That was quite a scene with all those melons, and how worrying it was the night on the streets in Palermo." And now we're going to consider a second example. And this one happened with Giovanni Gigliosi, who was a well-known radio journalist, writer and comedian, who also experienced the mystical scent of Padre Pio from time to time, and it led to him getting to know Padre Pio very well. And he said it was just after the war, the first time I'd heard of Padre Pio. This was through a friend, Carlo Trabucco, also a journalist. And he spoke with such admiration and enthusiasm that to him it seemed absolutely exaggeration. My reaction was indifference, non-acceptance, especially when he mentioned phenomena such as the scent and the fragrance of Padre Pio. He remained a skeptic on these things. And apparently he was told many had even noticed the fragrance of Padre Pio when they were very far from the monk. He didn't want to know about it. However, at one point, that is Giovanni, too, began to experience these strange experiences. I would suddenly smell an intense fragrance of violets at unusual places, where it would have been impossible, he said, to have smelled any violets. There were no violets around. And these thoughts then went to Padre Pio, though internally he was opposed. He didn't want to know anything about this. And then he concluded it was just a matter of suggestion, something in the mind. However, one day this phenomena happened when he was with his wife, and this was in Francavilla-on-Sea in Abruzzo. And he said, "I was going to the station to post a letter. and at a place where there was usually anything but a pleasant smell. So perhaps he was crossing a river or a drain or something. I smelled a distinct scent of violets. As I thought about it, my wife asked me, Where does this fragrance come from? Do you also smell it? I asked, astonished, and told her about Padre Pio then, the discussion he'd had with Trabuco, and this perfume which seemed to be following him around from time to time. If I were you, his wife told him, I would immediately go to San Giovanni Rotondo. Well, the very next day, he made the journey, and when he arrived, before he could even open his mouth, Padre Pio said to him, "Ah, here is our hero, and what I did not have to do to bring him here." That same day, I had the opportunity to speak with Padre Pio, and since then, my life has been completely changed. So we've seen these two examples, the one of a bus journey, everything going wrong, praying, and the fragrance of Padre Pio, and the problems dissolve. The second, a skeptic did not want to know anything about the fragrance, and yet it followed him around until it led to his meeting Padre Pio and conversion somehow. Just a quick reminder of some campaigns we're running at Following Padre Pio. The first campaign, of course, is our Protected Child of Padre Pio program, and for that one can sign up on the website. One just has to look at the video at the end. And this is very good because for people who want to be spiritual children of Padre Pio, one of the requirements is to have masses said dedicated to to Padre Pio's intention. So these masses are for Padre Pio, but they're also for your intentions. And if you sign up for that program and you live in the UK, then you will receive a statue like this. It's a pretty solid statue and very solidly made and beautiful. Plus, we have this little prayer book of Padre Pio's favorite prayers, selected prayers, and spiritual advice. So that little prayer book is 47 pages, high quality printing, and glossy, high quality paper, very glossy cover, which is always beautiful. Lovely picture on the front too. So that book comes with, and there's a picture, this picture here, which is an A5, also high quality printing, as you can see, very glossy, protective coating on the front, and a prayer on the back. So that is included in if one signs up for the Protected Child of Padre Pio. This campaign has been going pretty well. So we've taken courage and we've printed up and distributed now over 100,000 of these leaflets in the Greater London area. And what we have noticed is that, during lockdowns, people seem to have got the message for some reason that, sacraments are not important anymore, that it's been difficult to get in the sacraments. Maybe they feel abandoned. I'm not sure what it is, but the statistics demonstrate this. So we distributing these leaflets in the hope that people will be touched by Padre Pio, by a special grace from our Lord, and that they'll be, come back to the church, go back to receiving the sacraments, etc. And with this leaflet, there's a tear-off form here, a description of what it's all about, and they can order the same little booklet of Padre Pio's prayers, and also they will receive a bookmark, a Novena prayer of the miraculous medal, including a miraculous medal on the back, ready blessed and ready to go. All of this is ready to go. So we have to thank our patrons for supporting us, and we hope that you are happy to see how our Padre Pio apostolate is progressing through your involvement. So thank you again for your involvement in this project. If you are new to our channel, then please do like this video and share it with your friends and colleagues, and subscribe to our channel. Once you've subscribed, you're going to have to click that reminder bell. Do continue watching, especially the one on how to become a protected child of Padre Pio. Please join us on that program.